everybody, and today I'm here to review some very inspiring movies for the month of November. That being, I'm going to review The Pursuit of Happiness, starring Will Smith and his son, Jaden Smith. So, it's based off a real-life story of Chris Gardner, who was a struggling businessman trying to make a living for his son, but he ended up homeless, and that is the story of this movie. And it came out in 2006, and I saw this my senior year for finance class. It's a wild way to watch this movie, but this movie, even though it was meant for a school project at the time, this movie was very inspiring for me. Because this could apply to anybody in real life, whether it's today's world or not. But it shows how someone can struggle financially and then build towards their happiness, and that's basically the whole message of this movie, happiness. But it mainly is just Chris Gardner trying to survive as much as he can and trying to gain as much custody towards his son as possible, since his wife leaves him in the movie because she feels he can't help at all support her or their son, because mainly in this movie he's trying to sell scanners for various hospitals, and they're apparently worth some money that can help pay the bills and grocery. But apparently he always gets rejected a lot for most of them, but he's trying to get as much as he can. But this is where he turns to a job internship at some call place where he calls people. It's like a finance place, I'm pretty sure. And he talks to this one guy, businessman, who says all you gotta do is just smile and know numbers, and that's it. But he does get this internship, and some people may think this movie could be boring, but it's actually, if you pay attention, it's really entertaining for how intense it could really feel, how depressing it could feel. It's very real. And I think it takes place in the 80s or in San Francisco. But it's this movie's it's beautiful for the relationship between Will Smith and Jaden Smith. Their relationship is pretty good. And Jaden's very confused throughout this movie. He mainly just goes to preschool in this movie, or he's with Chris. But his name is also Christopher, so yeah, they have similar names. But even when he's trying to go to preschool, Chris can't exactly afford daycare so much. But he does get in an apartment, but he can't pay the rent because most of the money he earned at the internship, it mainly just goes down the drain because of taxes. But what mainly is the most entertaining scenes in this movie is where Chris Gardner has to, when he's trying to sell these scanners, he's trying to get into various job interviews. But he makes this one hippie lady watch his scanner, but of course she steals it, probably because she sees the value in it. But he mainly has to go through this huge goose chase just to get his scanner. He does a lot of running in this movie. But he also encounters this homeless man who thinks the scanner is a time machine. But he just mainly ignores the man. But he eventually also steals his scanner while being on a rush to a subway, Chris accidentally drops it while trying to get through the door. But he unfortunately has to let it go. But when he does see the lady and the homeless man again, he has to just chase them and grab the scanner. And yeah, he does sell a few, and we actually do see him getting his home and meeting his wife. But after she leaves, he's on his own, like I said, and it's very sad. But easily the most infamous scene in this movie is where Chris Gardner has to take his son after getting kicked out of his home for not paying the rent. He has to go to the subway bathroom, and he literally has to live in there for an entire day, and he's crying when someone's trying to get in, and it's sad to watch. But what does happen that does help find his happiness is once after his internship is over, he's actually promoted to the higher ups of his job, and he's able to find his happiness. But the movie does end with him walking into a crowd of people like it's any other day, and he found his happiness. And it shows like the text how like he ended up becoming a multimillionaire, and he goes from using a scanner to a suitcase. So that it's a pretty interesting way to end the movie. But also the most entertaining scenes is like the Rubik's Cube. He uses like a Rubik's Cube, and I don't know, I never could figure out the Rubik's Cube myself, but it's cool that he's able to just twist it and just move it around, and it's meant to be fun. And he actually figured out all the sides while on a taxi drive with his one nice boss. And yeah, his boss also takes him on to a football game, and they're able to sit in the intercom, the most expensive way to watch a football game, but they're somehow able to see it. So yeah, he found some highs and deals with some lows. But this movie feels inspiring to me because it shows that you can struggle and still find your happiness. And some people do still struggle and they don't believe there's hope. But just, there's always hope, whether the world changes for good or not. But that's The Pursuit of Happiness. I think I give this movie a 10 out of 10 stars. So what do you think of The Pursuit of Happiness? The next review, I'm going to review Dead Poets Society. That should be interesting to review. So anyway, that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.